Hi everybody, this is Tom with Culture Chat. Thanks for coming back. So today I'm going to bring you a forgotten gem called Why Bump Off Barnaby. So it's a murder mystery farce. You know I like those, and it's wild. If any of you out there ever watched the first Knives Out movie and thought, I wish I could do this on stage, this is the play for you. Each character, there's 10 of them, is very distinct, extremely distinct, and kind of kooky. Not too kooky, but they're just each very rich to play. Even the servants, the disapproving, sort of snotty butler, the very outspoken maid, who outspoken doesn't quite do her justice. She's a lot of things. That's the thing about these characters. They're all a lot of things. So the story is everyone is gathering at the manor to hear the reading of a will, and Barnaby comes home. He's a cousin, to be a long lost cousin because he's been out of the country for a while, and he's decided to kill everybody, but he gets killed. So the you can kind of see where it's going. Maybe if everybody is dead, then he gets the rest of the money. We never really know, but he wants to kill everybody. But he gets killed instead. And the thing is, there really isn't a reason to kill Barnaby. I suppose if they knew he was going to kill them, that might be good, but that doesn't come up. So, as he's dying, he writes the letters BAR, which, shockingly, could apply to everybody. So the question is, why bump him off? Truly, why bump off Barnaby? It almost doesn't make any sense, which really lends to its farcical wonderfulness. This show gets great reviews. The show is written extremely well. It's kind of got everything you're hoping for. Turns out the sherry was poisoned. Turns out people disappear for no reason. There's some inept cops, inept police that show up. Wonderful. There's a dim-witted fiance. Lovely, lovely. A crazy old lady, I think it's Lady Barbara, who's knitting a hat for a lobster. Yeah, yeah. Again, it has to be taken seriously. They're not all that kooky. They are very curious why anyone would bump him off. And when they find the perpetrator who actually did it, they do away with that person in a very hilarious and original manner. I'm not going to ruin it for you. The manor is wonderful. I'm not sure you can do this inexpensively. The manor has like hidden passages and needs some finery. There is some money to be gained here. So you need some decent stuff. You need a decent manor. There's ways to do it minimally. Perhaps not the furniture minimally though. It needs not a tiny stage, but a stage that's rather substantial. They need some room. 10 people, zaniness, running around, murder mystery. It needs a bit of space. So I'm not sure this is for those of you who often ask me for things you can do in a studio theater in a small space. Maybe not. It just depends. It could be funnier if you did stage it in a smaller space and it's crowded and they're bumping into each other. But it's not a pratfalls kind of musical. It's taken seriously in a sort of tongue-in-cheek manner, not too heavy. Remember things like Will and Grace and how we loved Karen Walker, the rich lady? She had some good lines, but that character fully believed all those things she said. There were some tongue-in-cheek things, but she was taking it all seriously. This really needs to be that play. It's not too false, or else it doesn't work. Often when I say farce or parody, people are very extravagant and, the big, sort of telenovela kind of actions. It's like, not that one. So it's in the murder mystery, British, English style of like, oh, did that happen? Oh my. Indeed. Indeed. The question is, why bump off Barnaby? And that keeps coming up. And it's a good piece. It's a really good piece. More women than men. Excuse me. More women than men. And that's good. You can be any age. There's a lot of roles for older actors or middle-aged actors, which I think is really good. We need more of those. We need servants that actually speak up, especially in this kind of a murder mystery whodunit kind of setting. We need that. I don't like those pieces where the servants say nothing. There's a reason we like Downton Abbey. They have conversations, you know. It's not just us and them. So this is a good piece for that. It reminds me a lot of the first Knives Out thing. Every character very clearly defined with their own themes, their own quirks. That don't. My quirk isn't taking over the stage right this second. It's just something we know about as an audience, and makes us love it even all the more because what is that quirk going to pop out and interrupt the proceedings? It's that kind of thing. Good play. Why Bump Off Barnaby? It was written in the 80s. It's been done a lot. Done a lot in different countries. Everyone seems to like the British murder mystery. If you can't do a British accent, this might not be for you. It's got a lot to it. It seems to all take place in a drawing room. You could have it in different locales. You don't have to have it there. There is a portrait of the man whose will is being read, and that is an important part of the script. So that needs to be somewhere believable. So you couldn't do it in a bedroom. You couldn't do it in a kitchen. You couldn't quite do it in a ballroom, but that lends itself to less furniture. You know, that kind of thing. You can't have everyone standing the whole time, so you need to find some good things. Again, a lot of you are asking me what you can do in your theaters that doesn't cost a lot, props-wise, furniture-wise. This may not be it. It needs some good stuff. All right, check this out. Everything's in the description. It's a great piece, and it's a little bit of one of those forgotten gems. And you should revive it because it sells. See if it works for your theater, your country, your province, your state. All right. Please come back for more. We'll talk again. Bye.